The President of the United States.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Vice President, members of Congress, my fellow Americans. Tonight, we turn the page. The shadow of crisis has passed, and the State of the Union is strong. We've seen the fastest economic growth in over a decade, our deficits cut by 2/3, a stock market that has doubled, and healthcare inflation at its lowest rate in 50 years. This is good news, people. Thanks to lower gas prices and higher fuel standards, the typical family this year should save about $750 at the pump. That's why this Congress still needs to pass a law that makes sure a woman is paid the same as a man for doing the same work. It's 2015. It's time. We stand united with people around the world who've been targeted by terrorists, from a school in Pakistan to the streets of Paris. We will continue to hunt down terrorists and dismantle their networks, and we reserve the right to act unilaterally. I have no more campaigns to run. My only agenda, I know because I won both of them. Thank you. God bless you. God bless this country we love.
Check out our sponsor, ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com, the leading innovator in water filtration systems. Get all of your water filters at ProPureUSA.com. Click the link below right now. Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Greene. You're tuning into AMTV Alternative Media Television. So Barack Scumbag Obama spoke last evening, the State of the Union address, which I don't think really anyone tuned into. I knew I didn't do it at all. I just read through some of the highlight reel so that I could comment on it today, because Obama, again, is the lowest of the low, folks. I mean, he really is scum. And not the scum at the bottom of my shoe. He's kind of more like that buildup, you know, on the ring of your toilet, you know, that you get when you don't clean it enough. That's Obama. And he's always smiling back at me, you know, this big little smile. And he's always doing things that are illegal, you know, anti-constitutional, like continuing and starting new wars in the Middle East. In fact, that was a big part of his speech last night, from what I read. He wants Congress to authorize the already illegally attempted wars in Iraq and Syria. Again, Obama said his whole campaign in 2008 was that he was going to withdraw troops from Iraq and Afghanistan. He was going to end all the wars, declare peace. You know, his big Hope and Change rally with Oprah Winfrey, you know, crying and shedding tears. To now, in year 6, he wants Congress to authorize the wars he's fighting without congressional approval. Yeah, he really is the Fuhrer. I mean, this is Fuhrer scumbag Obama. He wants Congress to authorize the wars that he's already fighting illegally. He also had a lot to say about, you know, the middle class and kind of this redistribution of wealth. You know, he thinks that the middle class should get a fair shake, which I actually think is funny, because the middle class has been ruined since the President of the United States has become the hope and changer and warmongering president that he is. Not only have we tacked on more debt in the history of the world, more than any other president before him combined. I mean, literally more debt, $18 trillion plus on the balance sheet right now, $4+ trillion worth of quantitative easing, buying our own mortgages and useless securities on the books of the Federal Reserve. The largest redistribution of wealth actually from the middle class to the top 0.0001% that's meeting in Davos right now in Switzerland. I mean, this is just absolutely amazing to me, and it's ridiculous. You know, even these people in Davos, the Bill Gates of the world that are speaking right now, the celebrities, the A-list that's in attendance, supposedly fighting climate change. I saw Tyler Durden of Zero Hedge, post a picture on his Twitter account showing all the private jets on the landing strip. Yeah, that's how they're fighting climate change. It's like Leonardo DiCaprio. I spoke about him about a month or two ago. He was marching in New York City for climate, in support of climate change, right after he had gotten off a massive yacht during the Brazilian soccer match, where he employed about 100 plus people and just burned fossil fuels. I mean, isn't it ridiculous, these people? I mean, Obama honestly says things like this, like he's pro the middle class. He's pro everyone getting a fair shake, yet continues bank bailouts, continues quantitative easing to infinity, builds the largest debt in the history of the world, enters illegal and anti-constitutional wars, continues old ones from the Bush era, and all of this is somehow okay in the United States of America, and people will actually give this guy a fair shake. You know, it's really sad because America has quite literally been ruined. The ship has sailed out to sea, so to speak. And, you know, we've got hell to pay. As I mentioned, and I've been speaking to in the last several videos, this meeting in Davos is extremely significant and is far more important, in my opinion, than what's taking place at the ECB before they launched and announced their massive stimulus package tomorrow. The VIX is trading, the volatility measure in the markets is trading above 20 and is just hovering there. What's really dangerous about it, it's actually moving in correlation with the market, meaning when the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500, as it's been rising on all this hot air and this fakery and shenanigans, the VIX is moving with it. You're supposed to have an inverse relationship. When the market rises, that's supposed to calm investors, but not in this scumbag world that we live. Not with all these shenanigans, not with all this fakery. So expect a violent move one way or the other. Could be higher, you know, if they launch a very aggressive stimulus package in the short run. And I personally, I don't care. I mean, the Dow could go to 25,000. It could go to 50,000. But right after that, it's going to go to zero because of all these policies, because of all this debt. And it's leading to war. You know, for those of you in the know paying attention, we are engaged in war right now. Not just economic warfare, but physical war. In Iraq, in Syria, I would argue we're still not disengaged from Afghanistan. While they roll out these propaganda films of Chris Kyle, I tweeted last night that it's doing its job. You can see all the hate in the air. And read the tweets and subscribe to my Twitter feed at AMTV Media for more details. So it's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, all of this is coming to a head. The global instability is something we have never seen. We have never been in this territory before. You know, when we fought our other wars, when we were engaged in World War I and World War II, the United States was strong economically, fiscally. The people were strong. Not anymore. This country is ruined. The wheels have come off. It's why we see these anomalies in the stock market right now. All of this excessive leverage, a multi-quadrillion-dollar derivative market, the bank bailouts to infinity, it is not going to end well. So the next war we fight, this World War III we keep talking about, isn't going to end in the favor of the United States. We're going to be the loser. The rest of the world is going to be the winner. You know, the West against the East. The United States against the BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, etc. These are the countries leading the world right now, not the United States. We lead in bailouts. We lead in quantitative easing. We lead in fakery. And what should be called, instead of State of the Union addresses, shut the you-know-what up addresses, STFU. It's absolutely unbelievable. This president and the people he represents truly have been the worst thing that has ever happened to the United States of America. They call it, you know, it's kind of a slow integration. It's been this slow transformation, drip by drip. I've talked about this for years. Step by step, where they slowly, you almost don't notice it if you're not paying attention, transition the country from a constitutional republic to this fascist dictatorship, this Orwellian surveillance state, where the NSA can actually continue its illegal policies. It can actually continue its illegal surveillance. They can use Charlie Hebdo as a smokescreen to clamp down even further on the internet. They can flat out bold-faced lie to you about the North Korean hack, even though all the investigators say that North Korea had nothing to do with it. They've got articles on Wired magazine that said this was all tracked back to the State Department, more than likely. They can just continue to sell you these bold-faced lies. Pitch these Clint Eastwood Hollywood films that are probably good. I haven't seen them yet, but are pure and utter propaganda. Even Seth Rogen, who I don't even like, who was a part of the interview, said that the new movie about Chris Kyle reminds him of, I think, the third act of Inglourious Bastards with Brad Pitt, propagandizing the Nazis. I mean, it's the same thing here in the United States. It's just absolutely unbelievable, folks. We have really gone in the toilet. Again, Obama, you know, he really is kind of that scum, not at the, beneath my shoe, but that buildup, you know, you get around that ring that you get around your toilet. I think it's about time every American and all the men in this country that can stand, why don't you hover over that toilet and tell the president what you really think about him? Because you know what? It's still, at least for the moment, a free country. I'm Christopher Greene. Get this video out everywhere, make it viral, hard hitting it in your face, and click the link below to support our sponsor.